More than 50% of small business owners feel environment factors are also a means as to why they're not actually looking at growth. Only 31% of businesses actually use bookkeepers and accountants to help them. Dext is the leading provider in receipt capture and invoice capture. The data is extracted. It's brought into a GL and it's mapped directly. So what that does is it actually saves time. Dext Payments actually closes the loop from the beginning of a process to the point of paying those suppliers.
Today we're diving into the transformative world of bookkeeping automation, focusing on how AI is really simplifying financial workflows and turning accounting from a necessary evil into a source of smart, timely decision making. Hi everyone, this is Maheen and welcome to the CanadianSME Small Business Podcast, where we explore the strategic financial insights and innovative solutions empowering small businesses to navigate today's complex economy. Now today we're diving into the transformative world of bookkeeping automation, focusing on how AI is really simplifying financial workflows and turning accounting from a necessary evil into a source of smart, timely decision making. Because in an era where many entrepreneurs are feeling stressed and overworked, leveraging technology to reclaim time for growth is paramount. Our guest today is a strategic partnership leader with deep experience in expense and spend management programs. Joining us today is Joanne Modugno, the General Manager of Dext North America. Dext is a leading provider of AI-powered bookkeeping automation, trusted by thousands of professionals worldwide and integrated with over 11,500 banks, suppliers, and marketplaces. Joanne is committed to driving excellence and engaging the small business audience with solutions that simplify accounting processes. And today we'll discuss lots, including the recent Dext survey findings on Canadian small business fatigue, the number one mistake impacting growth, how Dext helps SMBs make smarter financial decisions with AI, and the exciting new products rolling out in early 2026. So without further ado, let's welcome our guest, Joanne. Joanne, we're very pleased to have you on the show today. How are you?
Good, thank you. Thanks for having me here. And looking forward to having a good discussion.
Now, Joanne, again, pleased to be here with you discussing this very crucial topic. Dext recently conducted a survey in Canada that revealed a notable sense of fatigue and disillusionment within the small business sector. So let's really start with the hard reality of today's environment. Please tell us what's driving fatigue among small business owners and why are so many stuck in manual financial tasks instead of focusing on growth?
Yes, very good question. And small business owners, they have a passion for what they've started as far as a business. They work through wearing different hats, and at times they're looking at sales, they're looking at their overall numbers, marketing, etc. And so doing a lot of that, there is a lot of manual processes that come with that. Their main concern is they want to grow the business, but they're also looking at their cash flow and where they are at the end of the day. So with those in mind, they struggle because of the manual processes they have to do. So they've got invoices, they're looking at inventory, they're looking at if they have salespeople. And so with all that, they kind of lose sight then of, the bigger picture of why they started the business and how they want to grow the business. So interesting in the survey that we did, we found that a lot of businesses spend a lot of time doing manual tasks. And because of that, it drains them and it also just gives them less focus on more strategic roles in terms of what they need to be focused on. So more than 50% of small business owners feel environment factors are also a means as to why they're not actually looking at growth. So they're worried. And although we look at interest rates coming down and there is the opportunity for them to get financial assistance and work through services that financial services provide, lending facilities, et cetera, to grow capital, they are really focused in the menial tasks. So they can't really rise above that. And at times it's what they're comfortable with. And it's control. They like controlling a lot of things. So interesting as well is that only 31% of businesses actually use bookkeepers and accountants to help them in terms of growing their business, in terms of doing all those tasks that they typically take on themselves. And that's a lost opportunity because if you have a team and you work with the team in the business, the accountant, a lawyer, an advisor, a community, and you work with those, then you as a business owner can actually look at growing and really think about where you want your services or product to go. Kind of goes back to why you started that business and really what you want to get out of that business.
Right.
But if you're stuck in doing a lot of paperwork and just managing things very tactically and not really allowing other teams to look at that, then it kind of brings you in and you get stressed over it overall.
Oh, that's a very honest and a very concerning at the same time snapshot, Joanne. It kind of clearly highlights the immense pressure that Canadian small businesses owners are under today. And this high level of fatigue and financial stress among them is clearly a reflection of the unpredictable economy and the administrative burden that they face on day-to-day basis. Now, Joanne, let's explore a key mistake that directly impacts a business's growth potential, right? As a leader that is focused on SME market, you have identified number one mistake that small businesses make that severely impacts their opportunity for growth. Please tell us, what is that mistake that small businesses make today, and how does it hold them back from reaching their full potential?
Yeah, I think, and as a small business owner myself in the past, and I've done the same mistake, it's not releasing the control on the business. And what I mean by that is really looking at others that are expert in either the marketing pieces, partnerships, and sales, for example, and really trying to keep all that to you as a business owner and just keeping too much control over it doesn't allow you to open up and educate yourself in terms of who are your competitors, who's the community that can help you, and who are the partners, especially in your accounting system, and what you need to be doing and working with them in order for your business to grow. So advisory services in general. So that is one of the mistakes. Is I think a lot of times businesses look at what is my bottom line? Like at the end of the day, what am I bringing in? How do I get more sales in? How do I engage the clients? But they need to step back and look at the whole picture. Look at your landscape, look at your market, and rely on others to help you in the growth. So it is a true partnership if a business is looking to grow. It definitely is.
Oh, that's a critical and a strategic insight, Joanne. It emphasizes the need for entrepreneurs to really focus on high-value activities over manual administrative tasks.
Yes.
Now let's kind of discuss how Dext's AI-driven innovation is transforming this manual process into a very smart one. Joanne, Dext is a leading provider of AI-powered bookkeeping automation, for those who don't know, transforming complex tasks into very simple, efficient workflows. Please tell us, how does Dext use AI to simplify accounting for small businesses and help owners save time, reduce that stress, and make smarter financial decisions?
Yeah, absolutely. So Dext is the leading provider in receipt capture and invoice capture. And coming from a T&E expense management background, financial services background, there are companies out there that all have OCR, optical character reading, of any invoice that comes in. But what I've seen at Dext is it's above the bar in terms of the receipt capturing the line item details. And so what that means is any invoice or any receipt that is coming across from the front end is basically the data is extracted. it's brought into a GL and it's mapped directly into the GL and then into the ERP system or accounting system. So what that does is it actually saves time. So there isn't a lot of invoice manipulation, manual spreadsheets that you need to be filling out for different suppliers or different needs because it's captured through AI. So, in the last 6 months, we've captured over 5 million different line items. We've done over 173 different invoices capturing, and bank statements alone, we've done over 8 million. So that's in the last 6 months. Dext has been around for almost 2 decades. We've been utilizing AI, not just externally to clients, but we've utilized it internally. So we actually use what we're selling. So we see that. And AI is not just about adoption and looking at platforms just to automate, but it's also about utilization. So the more you use it, the more you refine it, the more you see things that you need in terms of a platform enhancement, in terms of just line item enhancements. We really work with accountants on this in terms of what they need and really what the client is then basing their business on. So if it is a lot in terms of their revenues, all revenues coming from their receipts through inventory, there are specific things that we would look at within that space and augment in terms of what AI can do in that capture.
That's a clear-cut demonstration, Joanne, and it kind of shows how Dext is effectively acting as a digital assistant for financial management. Now we'll take a quick short break. Please don't go nowhere, because when we come back, Joanne gives us an inside look at Dext's exciting new AI and payment solutions launching in 2026 and how they're redefining financial efficiency for small businesses.
Hey, you think you know UPS? Yeah, that's us. Everybody knows that. You know what you didn't know? This. Okay, try to keep up. Ocean, us. Ground, rail, air, so us. Guess who? Us. Customs cleared, borders cleared, done. Us. Still with me? Wait for it. Boom. Us. Intelligent, automated, fulfillment. Us. Yep. Healthcare too. Digital your thing? Yeah. Well, book it, ship it, track it. You feeling me yet? Yep. That's all us. That's all UPS.
Welcome back, everyone. Let's jump right in as Joanne shares more about Dext's upcoming innovation and how they're helping entrepreneurs take control of their finances with ease and confidence. Now let's look at the exciting new products and services that Dext is rolling out, focusing on payments and AI. Joanne, Dext is committed to continuous innovation. We'd love to kind of delve deeper into this. Yes. You recently joined the company with plans to focus on engaging the small business audience, and Dext has several key products that are coming to Canada in early 2026. Please tell us what's upcoming. What are the upcoming innovations like Dext AI agent and Dext payments that Canadians can expect in 2026, and how will they improve efficiency and control for SMBs?
Yeah, absolutely. So AI agent, exciting. And so an extension. So think of technology. AI is another form of technology. So if we look back where technology started, from mainframe to PC to real-time, chat through different applications, the AI agent is just another layer of a technology. And what that is really looking at is behaviors, spend patterns, insights. So everything about data tells you a story through insights. So what that means for businesses is the accountants can look at everything that's being put in through the GL and can actually go back to a client and say, hey, this supplier that you're working with, we see, increase in price, and we see there's a lot of spend going through here. Perhaps we need to look at another supplier. Perhaps it could be something seasonality that needs to be looked at as well. So the accountant and bookkeeper can actually provide more advisory services to the small business. Small business owner utilizing Dext is they've got all these receipts, they've got all these invoices, they just need to snap with the app and automatically would go up to the accountant and receiving that. So that creates a frictionless experience in a sense. There isn't a lot of manual operations that need to happen. There isn't a lot of changes. There's anomalies from time to time, but that is really then up to the business owner and the accountant to figure, if there was something different in that particular month or particular quarter. So that's exciting. Mm-hmm. It's also exciting that us in the company, we actually are going to be using that as well. So providing insight. So as we talk with small business, as we talk with business owners, we can have different conversation and being able to advise more as opposed to just here's a report, this is what's happened, and kind of figure it out on your own. Right. The second piece with Dext payments and coming from a payments background is exciting as well, because this actually closes the loop from the beginning of a process with a business and their inventory to the point of paying those suppliers and paying those invoices in a form that the supplier would like to receive that payment. So our partnership with Airwallex is really the hub of where those payments are going to come from. So if a supplier wants to be paid by a card or wants to be paid by check or wire, these are the different form payments that can happen. Mm-hmm. And so that's exciting because it closes the loop in terms of full reconciliation with accounting. And it's all one as far as one experience. And so that makes it all more valuable for the end user, which is the business.
That is an ambitious roadmap, Joanne. And it's so amazing to see that Dext is building such a great end-to-end platform for financial simplicity. Listeners, if you are struggling with administrative fatigue, then please learn from this conversation we had with Joanne from Dext North America about the AI-powered tools that will transform your bookkeeping in 2026, saving you time and reducing stress so you can focus on growing your business. Now let's continue our conversation with Joanne. Finally, let's kind of discuss your leadership and Dext's long-term vision. Joanne, your role at Dext focuses on engaging the small business audience and spearheading strategic partnership development, and this requires strong leadership and a strategic vision. Please tell us what leadership lessons guide your work at Dext, and what's your long-term vision for empowering North American businesses through AI and automation?
Yeah, absolutely. Great question. So my vision is that every business utilizes Dext. And if you're not utilizing it today, then I'd like to know what you are using and why. And really want to have that conversation as to how we can help improve all your manual processes and really work towards the automation. What's driving me in the leadership is also the technology piece. So AI has been introduced a few years ago, decade ago. Everybody's still talking about the adoption of AI. What is it? There's also a bit of a fear factor. So a lot of individuals, businesses think, if I have AI, then I'm not going to need to have individuals, or it's taking away resources, or it's replacing jobs. That AI is not about that. AI is really a helper. So my vision is utilizing Dext, having that automation there, utilizing AI, and then also engaging in getting feedback in terms of what is that experience for you as a business. Ultimately our vision is providing that accounting automation effortlessly. Mm-hmm. So that's where we are. That's our mission in terms of really working with businesses and with the accounting firms overall. In terms of how this is being brought into North America, so both Canada and the U.S., I've also worked extensively in the U.S. market, both from financial services and also businesses. Little different market. It's not the same. We can't do what we do in Canada and just kind of change, leave it the same and go into the U.S. market. Very different in terms of how we service. And I believe small business in the U.S., same challenges in terms of how they grow, what they need, who is going to be their core in terms of a team. And it's really about team. So we want to be part of that team. Right. We want to have those advisory services. So when they think about, how I'm going to grow my business, how do I sustain my business? This is where Dext fits in helping that. And we're global. So it's also the backing of different regions, and through the experience of how we've built Dext in the UK, and bringing all that knowledge, and just the sheer fact that we have a lot of data. We've accumulated so much data over the years. So AI is really about collating that data together and providing those insights. So really excited for that.
That's such an inspiring vision, Joanne, and it's love the commitment of Dex to see that you're being a trusted partner and a leader in the future of accounting automation. But this has been an overall great conversation with you. Thank you so much for sharing lots and lots of great insights, and especially your long term vision, which is clearly focused on leveraging technology and partnerships to empower the entire small business financial ecosystem. As we wrap up now, Joanne, what is that one key message that you'd like our listeners to take away about embracing financial technology with lots and lots of confidence?
Yes, consider the technology as your helper. It is your trusted advisor, if you want to call it that, but it is your helper. Don't fear it. Get the education. Talk to your communities, work with other small business owners, and really be part of that, because the more you hear about it, the more you're engaged, the more you will actually adopt and utilize it. And you'll find it's such a great asset to have within your business. And so that would be my last message in embracing it.
That is a powerful and a very actionable message. Thank you so much, Joanne, for being here with us and for sharing such great expertise and your overall vision. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
And that was a very insightful conversation with Joanne on how Dext help SMBs make smarter financial decisions by simplifying and streamlining accounting workflows with AI-driven innovation. The findings from the recent Dext survey on Canadian small business owner perceptions in the current economy and the new products and services rolling out in early 2026. Thank you so much for tuning into the podcast. We really appreciate your continuous support. Please be sure to subscribe to our podcast for more expert insights and resources that can help your business thrive. You can also visit our website, CanadianSME.ca, for valuable information and tools. Before we leave, a special shout out to our partners, RBC, UPS, A1 Global College, ADP, and Google for their ongoing commitment to empowering small businesses in Canada. Until next time, please keep innovating and striving for success. We'll see you in the next episode.